Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Do you feel like you're doing everything right, but still can't seem to get ahead financially? Well, you're not alone. Millions of people are making the same mistakes over and over again, and it's keeping them poor. In this video, we're going to expose the top 7 money mistakes that are holding you back, and provide you with practical solutions to fix them. Let's start with a shocking fact. Did you know that the average American has over $38,000 in personal debt, and that's not even including mortgages? That's a lot of money that's being wasted on interest payments, and it's a huge burden on people's finances. So, let's dive into the first mistake that's keeping people poor. Not having an emergency fund is a huge mistake that can lead to a cycle of debt and financial stress. Think about it: if your car breaks down or you lose your job, you're going to need some money set aside to cover those expenses. But if you don't have any savings, you're going to have to put those expenses on a credit card, and that's when the interest payments really start to add up. For example, let's say you have a credit card with a $2,000 balance and an 18% interest rate. If you only make the minimum payment of $50 per month, it's going to take you over 14 years to pay off that debt, and you'll end up paying over $6,000 in interest. That's a lot of money that could be going towards your savings or investments. So, how do you fix this mistake? It's simple: start building an emergency fund. Aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses in a high-yield savings account. That's $10,000 to $20,000 for the average person. It may seem like a lot, but it's worth it to have that peace of mind and financial security. And, if you're worried about inflation, don't be. High-yield savings accounts are paying over 4% interest right now, which means your emergency fund is actually going to earn some interest. The second mistake that's keeping people poor is not investing for the future. Now, I know what you're thinking: I'm not a stock market expert, I don't know where to start. But, the truth is, you don't have to be an expert to start investing. For example, let's say you're 30 years old and you start investing $500 per month in a retirement account. By the time you're 65, you'll have over $1.2 million, assuming a 7% annual return. That's a lot of money that can help you achieve your long-term goals. But, what's even more surprising is that most people are leaving money on the table by not taking advantage of tax-advantaged accounts. For example, if you're contributing to a 401k or IRA, you're reducing your taxable income, which means you're paying less in taxes. And, if you're self-employed, you can even contribute to a SIP IRA, which allows you to contribute up to 20% of your income. The third mistake that's keeping people poor is buying too much stuff. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy your money, but the truth is, most people are spending way too much on things they don't need. For example, let's say you're buying a brand new car every 5 years, and you're financing it with a 5-year loan at 6% interest. That's a great way to throw money away, because you're paying interest on a depreciating asset. A better strategy would be to buy a used car, and drive it for 10 years. You'll save thousands of dollars on depreciation and interest payments, and you can invest that money instead. The fourth mistake that's keeping people poor is not paying off high-interest debt. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up in credit card debt, but the truth is, it's one of the most expensive types of debt out there. For example, let's say you have a credit card with a $5,000 balance and a 22% interest rate. If you only make the minimum payment of $100 per month, it's going to take you over 5 years to pay off that debt, and you'll end up paying over $7,000 in interest. That's a lot of money that could be going towards your savings or investments. So, how do you fix this mistake? It's simple: prioritize debt repayment. Consider consolidating your debt into a lower interest loan or credit card, and make sure you're paying more than the minimum payment each month. You can even consider using the debt snowball method, where you pay off your debts one by one, starting with the smallest balance. The fifth mistake that's keeping people poor is not taking advantage of employee benefits. Now, I know it's easy to ignore your employee benefits package, but the truth is, it can be a huge source of savings. For example, let's say your employer offers a 401k match, and you're not contributing enough to maximize the match. That's free money that you're leaving on the table. Make sure you're contributing enough to get the full match, and consider taking advantage of other benefits like health savings accounts or flexible spending accounts. The sixth mistake that's keeping people poor is not budgeting properly. Now, I know it's not sexy to talk about budgeting, but the truth is, it's essential for achieving financial stability. For example, let's say you're making $50,000 per year, and you're spending $60,000 per year. That's a recipe for disaster, because you're living beyond your means. A better strategy would be to create a budget that accounts for all of your income and expenses, and make sure you're saving and investing for the future. The seventh and final mistake that's keeping people poor is not educating themselves about personal finance. Now, I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all of the financial jargon out there, but the truth is, knowledge is power. Take the time to learn about investing, budgeting, and debt repayment, and you'll be better equipped to make smart financial decisions. So, there you have it, the top 7 money mistakes that are keeping people poor. By avoiding these mistakes, you can take control of your finances and start building wealth. And, if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. Just start with 1 or 2 changes, and build from there. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more personal finance content. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. And, if you're feeling generous, consider supporting our channel on Patreon. We'll see you in the next video.